Hey guys, it's Rob here. I'm surrounded with these two lovely ladies. Over here we got Jen. Jen, say hi.
Hey there.
And we got Mickey over here. Mickey,
Woohoo!
say hi. So together we compiled a list of some great recipes and things to help you with stage 3 nutrition. I know it's going to get a little bit complicated as we start in that advanced carb cycling phase, but we put our minds together, we put some great tools and tips for you, and we're getting ready to send you on the path to success. Alright, so I know on this phase lots of people start complaining they think they're getting a little bit too hungry, we're taking too many foods away from them. But a big problem is lots of people are confusing being hungry with being thirsty. So we really want to make sure we're taking in that water. Here's 2 quick little tips to make sure that your water consumption is where it should be. I like to put numbers on the caps of my water bottles to make sure that I'm really drinking enough. So I have to have 8 of these water bottles today. As you can see, I just finished water bottle number 4. Now, if you're using one of these reusable water bottles, these are a little bit bigger, they're 20 ounces instead of the 16 in that, you're going to have a few less. But you finish one water bottle off, you take one of these rubber bands off, you just put it on your wrist, you have a nice little bracelet, a fashion accessory, and then you know, alright, I got 2 more to go, and so on and so forth. So keep hydrated, keep drinking throughout the day, and it's going to definitely help take away from some of those hunger cravings.
Hi Maxers, we are in stage 3 of the nutrition, which means you get a third fruit. Yes, yay for that. Anywho, so with that being said, I wanted to introduce one of my favorite fruits, which is the grapefruit. You have 2 different ways of eating it. You can take a knife and cut it down the center. And then what you're going to do is, if you have one of these awesome handy dandy spoons that have serrated edges, you can just scoop out the pieces as you eat it. I usually put a little stevia on there because sometimes they're a little sour. Or if you're really lucky, you'll have this knife. No, it's not a weird knife that I bent. It's an actual legitimate grapefruit knife. And then you'll take it and circle around the grapefruit, and then you'll be able to pop it out. And again, you could have this prepped the night before, so if you don't want to do it at work and get juice all over the place, you're all set to go. So you're going to cut it just like this, and then cut it down, and then pop it out. So there you go.
Alright guys, let's talk breakfast, the most important meal of the day and also often the most neglected meal of the day. Now, most of you who know me, some of you don't, I have to leave my house at about 3:30 every morning, so making breakfast is not really an option for me. So I've come up with a few options where you could prep them the night before or on that weekend, and you'll have a breakfast nice and easy to go. So the first one I got in the oven are those egg white muffins. Nice and easy, just 3 ingredients. You got those egg whites, you got some vegetables, and I did one with turkey bacon. So, nice and simple. Spray the pan. I use a coconut oil spray. Spray the pan with coconut oil. Fill it up 3/4 of the way. Fill with those egg whites. They should be just about done. I tried to get a little fancy on the turkey bacon one, so let's see. I'm going to burn my hand off. So, they should come out right like this. Nice like that. That's a nice vegetarian one for you guys, vegetarians. And over here, I got this nice one that I tried to make really fancy with this little turkey bacon edge. We got some turkey bacon, some egg white muffins. Nice and simple. You'll just pop them out. Easy to have. Next thing I got for those carb days. I know we got rid of that Ezekiel stuff, so you're like, oh no, what am I going to do when I'm going to have a carb? Overnight oats. Nice and easy. You make them the day before. Just a couple ingredients. You start with some steel cut oats right here. Grab a milk of your choice. Cashew milk is what we use because that's what we had, but cashew milk, almond milk, coconut, any of those milks are going to count. I made a banana one, so we mashed up one banana, cut up some pieces of banana, put them in there. You just shake that bad boy up, throw it in the fridge, and it should be ready for you for the next day. So those are 2 easy breakfasts to have. Just grab and go.
Hello Maxers, it's me again. So another thing that we want to talk about is, since we're doing more extensive carbohydrate cycling, it's really great to get those veggies in to help fill you up throughout the day. So one of my favorites is taking string beans, extra virgin olive oil, garlic powder, and salt and pepper, and putting it onto a sheet pan, taking a tablespoon of olive oil, just sprinkling around. Make sure you actually get all the string beans coated. As you notice, I actually bought cut and cleaned string beans already, but you can definitely buy the ones that you can measure yourself in the supermarket. So whichever one's easier for you, definitely do that option. So again, I'm going to take these out, spread them out into the sheet pan, again using that 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Then I'll take a little bit of the salt and pepper, sprinkle it, as well as the garlic powder. And I've also preheated my oven for 350. I usually keep these in for about 30 minutes, but it really depends on the person if you want them really crispy or if you just want them slightly cooked. So as you can see here, I actually distributed out the green beans to do 2 different trays. This is actually 2 of the bags of green beans that I purchased from the supermarket. I took a little bit of the salt and pepper as well as the garlic powder, and I made sure I sprinkled it through. Again, when you're putting the tablespoon of olive oil, really make sure that you're getting every piece on the pan to make sure that all of them get nice and crispy. So I put the oven up to 350 and I'm going to place them in, and I will not take a look at these for another 30 minutes. So the string beans have been in the oven. They actually took a little bit more than 30 minutes just because I wanted them super crispy. So these are the finished product. This is just tray 1 of the batch. And then the other second half here. Now what I also do during the process, I'll usually take a set of tongs and actually mix through the string beans just to make sure that some aren't getting crispier than others. But other than that, this is a really great snack to have maybe before dinner or after dinner or with dinner or throughout your day. So enjoy.
All right, so we have 3 fruits now that we're on stage 3. So another option to take advantage of our fruits is we're going to make a baked apple crisp. So I went ahead and I cut up 2 Granny Smith apples. Going to sprinkle them with nutmeg. I know how to open this. Some cinnamon.
Quantity.
Gonna take some stevia. I got 2 packets here. Sprinkle that on. Ooh, it smells good. Then we're just gonna take a little bit of water, put it in the bottom of the pan. So that they're like floating. And then they're gonna join the string beans in the oven, baking them at 350 for 30 minutes. All right, so our baked apples are all done. They've been in the oven for about 30 minutes, so let's get them out of there. Right next to our green beans. Voila, baked apples, another way to have, get one of your fruits in without just eating a plain boring fruit.
All right, we're back onto those lunch ideas. Mickey just talked about the importance of meal prep, but you know what? Sometimes you just don't have the time. You got to grab something quick and on the go. So this is nice, simple, one of my favorites, 3 easy ingredients. I'm just taking a bag of field greens. I'm going to open them up, throw them in the bottom of the bowl, and we're going to make a chicken bruschetta salad. I'm not going to be able to open this, which is going to be really embarrassing, but that's okay. I'm going to take this knife that I have right here and cut it open. It's fine, guys. We're going to just throw that greens right on the bottom there. Then we're going to take a nice rotisserie chicken. I bought this right at the store. I already took the skin off of it. So we're just going to cut some of that chicken. Have a nice chicken and some salad. We'll cut the chicken like so. And then I just bought a store brand bruschetta. Made sure that the ingredients were just tomatoes, garlic, all compliant ingredients. So we're just going to open up that bruschetta. You're going to throw it right on top and you have a nice simple chicken bruschetta salad.
All right, so I'm going to talk about quick and easy lunch meals. So I'm going to talk about quick and easy lunches. So one of the things that I like to do is prep my food. I usually take advantage of Sunday and prep a big pot of something. This way I have it for the week. So the recipe I chose to do was Chicken Murphy. This actually happens to be my grandma's. It is from our Max cookbook. Have a big pot of it here on the stove. You can even double the recipe so that you have a full pot of it. This way you make a whole bunch of different servings. So I take my 9.5-ounce containers, fill up a whole bunch of them. Then this way, when it comes to during the week for lunch, I open up the fridge and I have a whole bunch of different containers, pull it out, fast food right there for you. Take a single recipe, double it up. This way you have a lot of containers, can use them throughout the week.
All right, third and final fruit. We got to get it in. We're sick of having, just a plain banana every day. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go with a fruit smoothie. Now, I know lots of people have those protein shakes, and if you have that protein still left over, you can absolutely add a scoop of protein powder in. But for this sake, we're just going with a regular fruit smoothie. So I cut up some strawberries, 1 handful full, or about 1 dry cup. I'm just going to throw that in there. I'm going to use a little bit of ice. Some of that cashew milk, which is my new favorite. I love this bad boy. It makes it a nice consistency. We're going to just throw some in here. I'm going to make a baby one because I'm not super hungry. Throw the top on. You could twist it on real good. Make sure it's nice and tight. Oh, I think I'm going bad. Hold on. Oh, the pressure of live TV. That's what's gonna happen to you. All right, got it on nice and tight. Then you're gonna screw it into the blender. Just voila. Uh-oh. You gotta take it out somehow. Just kidding. Beautiful. One fruit, nice and easy. A fruit that I could drink even. Delicious.
Hi Maxers, it's me again. So what I have for you right now is going to be the most awesome experience of meatloaf you will ever eat in your entire life. Okay, so ready. So what do we have here? We have about 3 pounds of ground beef. You could have 2 to 3 pounds depending on what you find, because sometimes when they do it in bulk, it varies. You're gonna have salt and pepper. This is tomato paste. The reason I have it in a max container is because you don't really need a lot of this in the recipe. We have about 2 medium-sized yellow onions, 2 whole eggs, some garlic, cloves, almond flour or almond meal. They're one and the same. We have low-sodium chicken broth, Worcestershire sauce. Sorry for anyone who thinks I'm saying it incorrectly. But this is, again, what's going to make what I like to call Jen's most awesome meatloaf ever. So anywho, we're going to get back to when I've chopped all of this up and we'll see the next step. So here is the almost semi-finished product. We've taken all the ingredients in a bowl, mixed it through. What I forgot to tell you guys before was that we also have a sauce that goes in there. I preferably like to use the Rayo's homemade sauce, the sensitive formula marinara sauce. You can actually find this at a lot of different supermarkets, especially Whole Foods. So I ended up putting it onto a sheet pan that I lined with tin foil. You could use a meatloaf pan, but I actually find that it tends to get drier doing that. So I created a meatloaf shape that's about 1 inch thick. I also heated up the oven to 350. It's gonna go in for about an hour, but the internal temperature should be about 160 degrees when it's all said and done. So I'm gonna pop this buddy in and it will be out in an hour.
This is the best video ever.